Have you ever stopped and pondered the magnitude of the opioid crisis that holds America in its clutches? The enormity of this issue may startle you, but it's a conversation we need to have, and today, we're diving right into it. First, let's unravel some hard-hitting facts and figures. The United States, with less than 5% of the world's population, consumes approximately 80% of the world's opioids. Yes, that's right. 80%. It's a staggering number that underscores the gravity of the situation. In 2018 alone, nearly 47,000 Americans lost their lives to an opioid overdose. That's more than the total number of U.S. military casualties during the entire Vietnam War. And the crisis shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, initial reports suggest that opioid-related deaths have surged during the COVID-19 pandemic, with an increase of nearly 30% in the first half of 2020. This crisis reaches every corner of our nation, from rural towns to bustling cities, sparing no demographic or socioeconomic group. It has wreaked havoc on communities and families, leaving a trail of heartbreak and despair in its wake. Illegal synthetic opioids, primarily fentanyl, are a major driving force behind this crisis. Sourced predominantly from China by Mexican cartels, these drugs are incredibly potent and deadly. In fact, fentanyl is estimated to be 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. But the crisis is not only about illicit drugs. Prescription opioids, given to patients for pain relief, often serve as a gateway to addiction. Despite this, the U.S. continues to prescribe and consume opioids at disproportionately high rates compared to the rest of the world. The ripple effects of this crisis extend far beyond the individual. It strains our healthcare system, burdens our economy, and challenges our law enforcement agencies. It's a multifaceted issue that requires a multifaceted response. Now you might be wondering, what can I do about it? The answer is plenty. Knowledge is power, and the more we understand about the opioid crisis, the more effectively we can combat it. Educate yourself about the dangers of opioids and the nature of addiction. Reach out to local organizations working to combat this crisis, offer your support, or volunteer your time. Advocate for policies that prioritize prevention, treatment, and recovery services. Don't underestimate the power of conversation. Talk to your friends, family, and community about the opioid crisis. Break down the stigma associated with addiction, and foster an environment of understanding and compassion. Remember, change begins with you. Together, we can turn the tide on the opioid crisis and build a healthier, safer future for all. So let's seize the moment and take action.